Okay, in the morning we'll go through the deployment about Sudnray's controllers and APs. So first to introduce some names. I think you already have to know these names, so we go through. The first one is single arm deployment mode, and single arm. So the controllers is just single arm to the layer 3 switch or layer 2 switch in the customer's network, and there was no effect to the customer's network. So this one we will suggest is suggested for deploying Sudnray's controller, because this one will not affect the current network topology or not do any changes. And if any fault of the controllers there will not be any influence to the current network. So this is a suggested network deployment. And also Sudnray's controllers can be deployed on at the gateway mode. So because as I say yesterday, that we have no distinguish between WAN port or LAN port, so we can use all of the business ports as a WAN port, but we cannot do the load balance for several ISP lines. But we can do if there is two ISP lines, we can use policy route to leave some of the subnet go to ISP1 and the other subnet go to ISP2. So this is what we can do with several ISP lines. But this will, if the controller goes down, there will be the total network will be down. So this is a limitation. And all of the ports support PPoE to the internet. So this is important. And for tunnel mode or the traffic, this is the control tunnel from controller to So the date forwarding mode here is we have tunnel mode and bridge mode. So tunnel mode, the control tunnel is just from controller to AP. So this is control tunnel, and the business tunnel, the date traffic tunnel from the terminal to AP, then go from AP to the then from the AP will tunnel the date and go from switch to the controllers. And then the date will go from controller to the internet. So this is the tunnel mode, or the traffic or the date have to go back to the controllers. And the date tunnel are using UDP 7077 port for date transmission. So So this is the port, and later we'll have the port for or the date will show which port used for control tunnel and date tunnel and discovery port. And this tunnel mode advantage is easy for management and comprehensive. It means that we have all the Sudnray's features. There is no restriction. And in tunnel mode we have a good roaming effect. So tunnel mode is better than bridge mode in roaming. So this is a difference. And more flexible network planning, because it will not affect the in the tunnel mode. It just we don't need to set VLANs, set the other network settings. We just need need an IP and IP for AP and controllers. So we don't need to set on the switch to set other VLANs for the users, or even for set different VLANs. So or we can set all the VLAN in the controllers, because the terminal are getting opt-in IP address from the controllers. So it is flexible for network planning. And the disadvantage that is because all the traffic will go back to the controller, so it will have high load for the controllers. So we have to calculate the total throughput in the controllers. So in case of lead to single point fault. So for this one, we can use the two controller for active standby. So if the one goes down, the other one will be the backup. So this is the tunnel mode. And the bridge mode here, also we have the control tunnel, or from the controller to AP, so we have to make sure they can reach to each other. And then the bridge mode, the data traffic is from terminal just directly to the internet. No need to go back to the controllers, and there is no tunnel from AP to controllers. So this is the bridge mode. So we can see that there is less load for the controllers. It's just for managing the access point, and also we did marketing. So for marketing features, it's the same with bridge mode and tunnel mode. So we can achieve all the bridge mode and tunnel mode in about marketing. So the advantage of the bridge mode is that reducing the controller's load, and if the controller goes disconnected, or the traffic will still be there will not be single point fault, so the network will be still okay, because we have disaster recovery SSID for the AP. So the disadvantage, the first one is say the poor roaming. It's not poor, it's just not that good than with tunnel mode, and less features with no access control based on application and URLs. So this is main disadvantage for bridge mode. And also we can set in the same AP with tunnel mode and bridge mode in different SSID. Also this one, we have the AP VPN. So it's similar with for example, the AP is a remote deployment, and let's view here AC, and then this is internet. So for this remote deployment, we can set, for example, here is if this application server in the ESCO is 1.1, so we can set the destination is 1.1. We'll just go back to the headquarters. But for video browsing or website browsing, we just go to the internet. So this is a mixed data transmission in the same SSID. So we can achieve this through only that we set the destination. We'll go back to the controller. This one is a tunnel mode, but this one is just bridge mode. So this is what we can do for this. We call this one AP VPN. So we can try to set up this later. And the common deployment mode here, we have layer 2 environment. So the controller and switch are both layer 2, and for the simple network, we can make them all VLAN 1. So it's there is no VLAN settings, or just by setting the whole network by VLAN 1. And the layer 2 single arm tunnel mode. So we set the tunnel mode here. So controller as DHCP servers, and layer 3 environment. Layer 3 single arm tunnel mode and layer 3 single arm bridge mode. So we also have the remote deployment mode. Okay, so we will explain each one. So before deployment, this one is layer 2 single arm mode with whole network, VLAN 1 with bridge mode. So before deployment, we have the router here and the switch here, and this is the terminal. So then we deploy the controllers, layer 2 VLAN 1, and set IP as 1.252. So the gateway here is the router, and the AB here is DHCP by the router and get IP 1.253. And here we set the layer 2 is this port by the controller. We set the layer 2. So or we set VLAN 1, and this is control tunnel here, and the management date from source IP is AP's IP and destination is the controller's IP. So this is the control tunnel. And the control tunnel is TCP 7070 using this tunnel. So when we deploy AP controller in the AP in the remote site, remote deployment, we have to do the port mapping for the controllers. So this is one of the port we need to do for the port mapping. So this is the control AP control date, and then the business stage. Just go from the source station, the terminal, and the destination go to the internet. So second is our VLAN 1, we set the tunnel mode. Tunnel mode here with the network deployment here, it's the same with bridge mode. It's just the difference is the date transmission mode. We set tunnel mode. This is network network setup, and also it's the same with the control tunnel here from access point to the controllers. And this is business state from the terminal to the internet. So first they have to go from access point to the controllers, and then from controller to the internet. So this is the tunnel mode in layer 2 sync-up mode. And also we have the layer 3 sync-up mode, the tunnel mode here. So before the deployment here, it's the same. We have the router and layer 3 switch, core switch here, and then we set the controllers layer 3 deployment. And the first one here, we have the tunnel mode, and this is VLAN 4 access point. So we separate the VLAN for the access point, and the clients at VLAN 10 and 20, and the access point is VLAN 1 here. So this is the IP connecting to the controllers at layer 3. And the VLAN interface is set on the controllers. VLAN 10 for one SSID, and VLAN 20 for another. Actually, for different devices, we can set VLAN based on different devices. So this is the control tunnel here, from AP to the controller, and then this is internet date from the station to first to go to access point, and access point will tunnel it to the controllers, and the controller will get the data from, then go to the internet. Okay, also we have the layer 3 bridge mode. So for layer 3 bridge mode, the terminal will get the IP from. If you want to set the control to the terminal to get IP from the controllers, so we have to set this port for as a tunnel a trunk mode. So the VLAN tag the data can go through this port to get IP from the controllers. So we set the in this case the DHCP is set on the layer 3 switch, so there's no need for setup. We just need to make sure that this controller AP can reach to each other. There is no need for setup trunk port. Okay, so we go through this. And for remote deployment here, so this is headquarters here, and for the big projects with a lot of access points, so we can deploy 2 controllers in the headquarters. One is active and the other is standby. So for HA, and in the headquarters for the gateway, we do the port mapping to the controllers. Then from the remote deployment that we can deploy in the big branches, we can deploy 1 controllers here, so we can use the centralized management for managing the controllers and also the access points. So this is control tunnel from AP to the controllers, and then this is a date from AP. Actually, for AP remote deployment, we suggest for the SSID deploy in bridge mode, because if we set in tunnel mode, or they'd have to go back to the headquarters, it will consume a lot of bandwidth in the controllers. So it will affect the headquarters internet. So we suggest deploy it in bridge mode. So this is a remote deployment procedure. First, the controller is installed in the headquarters internet. So we do the port map to the controller, and the AP. Also, we can deploy AP for small branches. We can deploy AP in the gateway mode as a gateway, or we can deploy the AP in the branch. Just make sure the AP have internet access, so that is okay. If the branch and headquarters has a VPN, it's just as local deployment, with similar with the local deployment. And make active AP and set up signals, and so this is the port we need to map for the headquarter controllers. The first one, UDP 7777 used for auto discovery protocol. So if the access point is not detected by the controllers, we can use UDP connect in the access point in the web console. I don't know whether you remember, in the web console we can use UDP connect to test if the controllers we can reach the controllers UDP 77 this port. So if this problem happens, we can use that for test. Also, the second is we have to make sure if the AP is online but the user cannot access internet. So we can test. We can use the UDP 7077 to test if this port is okay. So second one is used for data transmission. And TCP 7070 is used for the control tunnel, like the distributing. If we set the new policy like access control policy, that controller will distribute to the access point. So we have to make sure this port is okay. And the TCP 800 is used for upgrading the image for download. So This is very important for the remote deployment because AP have to download from the remote site. So we have to make sure first the connectivity between access point and controller is stable, and second we have to make sure that TCP 800 is open for downloading the firmware from the controllers. And these two TCP ports are used for push the portal pages. So we have to also do the port mapping for these two ports. And the TCP 443 is used for web management. And also we can change that because this is normally used by the gateway management, so we can change to other ports. And TCP, this port is used for troubleshooting. So we have to, if the problem happens, we have to remote SSH from the remote site. So we have to also make sure this port is helped. But for discovery AP, it's okay. If this is not open, it's okay. But for troubleshooting, we have to use this port. And also we have the problem when, for example, the controller, AP remote deployment, but the controller side is PPPoE direct, so it's with dynamic IP. I don't know whether how you solve this problem in your deployment.
If we do not have a static IP for the controller, normally we are using DNS.
DNS. Okay. But the gateway have to support DNS, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if the gateway do not support DNS, Sudnray offers a free solution that we call the web agent service. So it's just similar as DNS, just the URL we give them. And this is a Sudnray and Sudnray a web agent server here. So it's for example, the controller has a dynamic IP. So we will configure the web agent URL in the controller, and the controller will report to the web agent service server its current static public IP. So the web agent service will store the current IP of the controllers. Then also we will set up the URL, the web agent URL in the access point, and the access point will ask the web agent service for the controller's IP, and we'll get IP, and the access point will go to access with the IP to the controllers, and in this way they will build the tunnels. So this is a free service offered by Sudnray, but because the server is in China, if the customer do not mind if there is not stable or goes down, so we can offer the free service, but we have to state that. So this is where we set the web agent. I need one. So for the web agent service, it's put here in the general, and here we enable the if the customer need this kind of service, you can apply for Sudnray, and I will give you the URL. So you just input in the here, and also in the access point, web console. I'm debugging here. 那上面没有接 AP 吗？啊？这没有关系。So for the access point, to set the web agent, it's in the you can use if you are not the access point is away from the controllers, so we can use the troubleshoot tool. The troubleshoot tool is same as the configuration in the web interface. So we just input with the input here the web agent. So this is for AP. Actually, for AP remote deployment, first the deployment procedure will be like this. First, we will activate all the access point in local. So when you deploy AP in the remote site, first you have to activate the access point online, and because if the access point firmware stuff does not match with the controller, so we need to download the firmware from the controllers from the internet. So first, we just activate the controllers in the headquarters or in the local network. So, for example, here we activate AP online, and then we input because in the internet we set the internet IP like this 2.1, 2.99 for the controllers, but we have to set the public IP. If we have public IP, we set the public IP into the access point. So actually, in the access point there is active primary controller's IP, NAC IP, and we have secondary NAC IP. So when we activate the AP, we will set the primary as the local internet IP. So in the LAN network, the access point will go for this LAN IP to find the controllers, and the secondary IP we set it as a public IP. So when the access point cannot find this primary IP, will go to the secondary IP. So after this, we activate AP and with all the settings with the controller's IP, or we can input the web agent URL into the access point. So the access point will already have these configurations. So when we move this AP to the remote site, the access point will go to the web agent or go to the public IP to find the controllers. So this is the procedure with remote deployment. 其实我们就是中文版还做了一个就是新闻小组，但是现在英文版没有做，因为但是只有中文的这个界面。但是它跟 Rax 那种就是远程部署方式是一样的，就是说我远程部署的时候，我们是有一个相当于是有一个云管理的平台。云管理平台是这样，就是说我们刚才不是要把那个 IP 跟 Web Agent 都填到 IP 里面去嘛，对吧？但是如果是用那个云管理平台的话，它就是我有一个 APP， 然后你有 APP 账号登录进去之后，你会绑定一个 controller， 绑定到你这个 controller 里面，NAC 绑定。但是我这里是一个云管理平台，Cloud， 然后这个APP 跟这个你的 controller 其实已经绑定好了。然后呢，你拿这个 APP 去扫描这个 AP 的时候，然后这个因为你这个 APP 跟这个 controller 已经绑定你 APP 里面，你 controller 里面的配置会同步到这个 APP 里面，然后你扫描这个时候，APP 会自动去找这个 controller， 所以这个时候 APP 也会上线，这个就比较方便，就是说我直接拿 APP 去扫，然后的话，你在扫描 APP 的时候，你可以把这个 APP 进行编名，然后是备注它，所以这个是比较方便，但是这个因为目前只做了中文的这个管理平台，所以之前还没有推这个东西，但是后面我们是会把这个推进去的。So okay, next is AP gateway mode. So for the AP gateway mode, we normally use in the remote deployment, the AP in the remote side, and there is no DHCP server in the network, only one access point there. So here, for example, we have one access point here, and we change that to this access point do not support the gateway mode. This is the panel, the UO access point do not support gateway mode, so we have to 换一个 AP 过来。你把那个 AP 接上了吗？哦，你是用这。So we changed here the working mode, the AP working mode. One is the ordinary, the other is gateway mode. And the uplink port here. 你 IP 是多少的？没有。你的 IP 段是多少的？我看一下。100.102.1。Actually, you can see when the access point deployed in gateway mode, there is the management interface for the access point. But for now, it's the management interface in Chinese. But later, as I say, the FAT mode and FIT mode together firmware will be English management. So just forget about this first. And when we deployed in gateway mode and we set the subnet here, and we try to get 1 billion as 33, and If we do not set this one as a default VLAN, it will get we enable DHCP. So when the access point is deployed in gateway mode, it will automatically do the NAT for the subnet IP address. So we don't need to do the net again. Because you can see that we have to set the native VLAN, set this one as the default, because there is no default VLAN in subnet. So we have to set this one as default VLAN. But if we set this default, and we can set others not at the two. So we test to ping this. Okay. So the gateway mode we just set as the bridge mode, and we just make it open, and the VLAN we set, because just now we set the VLAN as 33, so we will set it again as same as 33. So the other just leave it. Okay, we get this as ID here. Change maybe the same name. Okay, this is it. So you can see we get the IP address in VLAN 33. So this is when we deployed in gateway mode. We AP in gateway mode, and the SSID in bridge mode. So we get the client will get IP from just directly from the access point. So this is a convenient deployment for remote deployment. And also we have the Sudnray's access point support wireless bridge, point-to-point bridge. And for the point-to-point bridge, is used for the area without with the cap not convenient for the wiring. So we need a wireless bridge. So the wireless bridge is the set up here in the So we go to the access point and the settings here, in the settings, and repair the bridge, and we set the root client and the so because there is only one. Let me check. Here is okay. Change. So we set this one as a root AP, and you can see that the gateway mode only support root AP because we already set that this access point as a gateway mode. So we only support this access point as a gateway as a root AP. So we can set 我们先用两个 AP 试一下。先借用一个 AP 试一下。把它改成 ordinary。
The radio band they also use 2.4 for
Bridge also support 2.4, but we suggest use 5 because 5.8 have less interference. So we set this one first, and in the so you can see we change back to ordinary mode. It can work in both in gateway, both in root AP and client AP, and we enable this one as a root. So we set the SSID as the bridge, and password also 1 2 3 4. Sudnray 1 2 3. Okay, the radio band we support both 2.4 and 5.8, but we suggest use 5.8 to for the bridge. And also we can set the distance here. Yes, we already. I don't know whether they set this for, but we have been 5K. You this is 5K. Sorry. Yes.
2.5公里。
25公里。
But now maybe outdoor AP should be able to do that.
Yes, outdoor AP using the
比较远一点，
对。
普通的 AP 就不能。
这肯定不行，这个最多可能也就，因为它这个如果是 point-to-point bridge 的话，它因为两个 AP 都会发射出来信号嘛，所以这个距离比它覆盖会稍微远一点。然后so we can hide SSID here, and so we set the bridge Sudnray 1 2 3. Okay. And then so we get another AP here. Truth. Okay, 200. Okay, both of them are online now, so we go to set the client AP. Client AP is this one. Yes. So we set this one as a client AP. We set the same SSID name as the root one, bridge, and password Sudnray 123. And also we can set which IP, which AP to bridge to. So we can select, yes, by MAC address. So which AP to bridge to. So we can 5K. Also, we can disable the access on the above band, like dual band on in the 5G. If we because the bridge AP we use the 5.8 for coverage, so we can just disable the SSID for access. So we can do this. So we specify the IP because there will be no DHCP server on the so we set So this is settings for the root AP and bridge AP. In the root AP, we set the bridge SSID name, in the bridge SSID name and password, and radio band and hide SSID, and in the root in the client SSID client AP here. Sorry, this is root. In the client, we just assign the AP as a client and the SSID and the password band. So this is all for the the client AP. So after all the configuration, we make sure the access point is activated. So we just move this AP to the other to the both side now.
Must it be connected to a switch or
You just need to power. Because I already set the static IP in that zone. So you should be offline now. 没有亮吗？你看网口亮了没有？网口也是没有亮吗？可以吗？网口亮了吗？
没有。
都是会。
这个是
全部都问题是吧？这个问题。
So now the access point is offline, so we wait for it to power on and online.
For your bridging, it you only work with switch or power.
With power, it's okay. So with power, just the AP just as a gateway, and then give internet to the other devices. Sudnray 123, Sudnray 123. You son of a...看一下那个，稍微看一下。那你帮我。 switch. So we just use the troubleshoot tool to scan the access point. Is this 这个是你控制器上的 IP 吗？
是吗？
哦，我知道了。
这个罗拉的。
现在已经连到你的控制器上去了，你可以看到它这个地方是有这个。
你说我要拔掉了。
对对对，你先拔掉。你这个有从这from this troubleshoot tool you can see that this is a MAC address of access point and IP address. So where to get IP, and here is automatically detected controller because the access point you have already been activated on the controller. So it would connect to the controller. So we just do that again to activate on that controller. 那你帮我查一下管理口。管理口。By the way, to use the troubleshoot tool, you have to install this one, the WinCap impact. No internet. So when you download this one, it will give you a notice. Before launching the AP diagnostic tool, make sure WinPap is installed on the PC. So you have to install this one before using the troubleshoot tool. So you can download the troubleshoot tool here in the AP diagnostic and the AP diagnostic tool. So this tool will only discover the AP when your PC and AP in the same layer 2 network. Okay, we get this here. Okay. We try to reactivate the access point again in the controllers. Okay, approve. Okay, we got the AP. Okay, the AP is online now. We set the AP as client AP and SSID bridge Sudnray 123. Okay, so it's the same. Make sure the AP is okay, and then AP post online. So we just move them, move that AP to the other side.
음.
因为这个后台的密码就是公司的政策，应该跟 sample 是一样的，不会 sample 密码不会给到 partner， 所以这个暂时是不能给到你们。后面如果政策改的话，还是会通不到你们那边。
那总体的水平，
只有11个，
所以说，
然后51个。你可以 scan 一下那个，scan 一下
电脑插哪一个？
我还做到它的，
你插那个 switch 吗？
没有，我直接插去
因为你插去那个 switch，
我不能没有，我还没 detect 到它 ，understand？ 哎，10号吗？刚才我的 HP 那个 band 嘛。
你是controller是吗？
啊，直接去 controller。
当时是你自己还是？
没有，我是5号。没错，我承认。
没有，那 band 是不是你的 interface ID？你去看wire。
用那个是10，因为我本来好像是10号。
它是10，
那个是10号吗？
有 AP 是这个口是scan 那个。
scan 一下，你用那个做吗？
我的就是在
上面。
一口一口的。
我直接在这边 scan。So we move to next session first. So next session is about the virtual controller. So the virtual controller now we have the latest version is 3.3. It's the same firmware as the hardware controller. So here we have the normally we are actually the virtual controller is for the customer with less budget. So they they don't want advanced features like access control. So we can use virtual controller. So virtual controller we can deploy on the VMware platforms or VirtualBox. So it's a free solution. So we can download from the internet to get the workstation.
What license?
You need, I think there is free workstation. You mean
the VM for the workstation? You need a license for it? Or just AP license will do?
No, you need the customer need to buy the appliance.
The price license.
It's a how to say that we still buy the virtual controller. It's the same price list. It's not same price list, but we have the price for the virtual controller. So the customer have to buy first buy the virtual controller, then buy the license. License is the same, but by default the virtual controller support 2 free access point.
Okay.
So for deploy the virtual controller, we can go through the procedures like this. First, to get the firmware. So we have the first OBA file here. So just open with the workstation and install it on. We just import it and then we assign the computing and the memory for the virtual machine. So by default, the management, there is only one interface for the virtual controller, only one management interface. Also, I need to mention that the hardware controller, the management interface cannot detect the AP, so you cannot use the management interface for managing the access point or create any others. Only for management. Okay. But for the virtual controller, there is only one interface, management interface. So we use this interface for management and also manage the access point.
What is the CPU size?
Yes, we have a table here. Sorry, it's not listed here. So this is if we use for virtual CPU and for DRAM for memory for the virtual machine, we support maximum 300 access point and 6,000 users. And maximum we can give 16 virtual CPU and 32 memories, GB RAM memories, and support 10,000 access point and 150,000 users. So this is with the computing and memories for the virtual machine, the maximum access point client supported here. And this one note here is that actually in the management interface it's the same with the hardware controller, but there is some restrictions. We do not support high availability in the virtual controller, and even we can set the tunnel mode for the virtual controller, but we don't suggest to deploy SSID in the tunnel mode. But also the do not suggest for centralized central management. But we can build a central management, but not suggested, because this is the virtual controller is a lower budget solution, lower cost solution for the customers. They only want to do manage AP for coverage, and also for marketing is also okay. So the virtual controller is suggested for on coverage with less marketing features and with lower budget customers. If they want an advanced or more stable solution, we will suggest hardware controllers. And the default management interface, default IP is also 10.252.252.252. So it's same as hardware controllers. So we're still waiting for that. Okay, the AP is online now, so we need to wait for a little bit while. So just we did the root and client the bridge. So we set this FDA4 as root AP and 3534 as client AP. So you can see both AP are online now.
But does it support multiple bridging?
Multiple bridging?
Right.
Yes, we support point to multiple in bridge. So the one.
Does it support the other way around? Is okay in the lobby? It's a corridor which is very long. So it's only the first AP that's wired. The following AP is wireless. Does it support switching from one to the wireless?
Yes.
To wireless?
Yes. We can set this one AP as a. But in this situation, the first AP were high load
Correct.
for throughput. So we can set the AP, this one AP, and just now we set this AP as a client AP, right? So we can also set this as a root AP. So we set the SSID for next AP to bridge to this one AP for multiple.
Right. Can you set the same SSID?
Same SSID. If you set the same SSID or bridge to, okay, same SSID, I think it's okay because we can bridge to the second IP. If you no, we set the same SSID. You mean for the same SSID the root?
因为你大致上来说，就是说你会有，就是在你这个设计当中，就是说一排的 AP 当中是有2个 SSID，一个就是客户用的 SSID 是 traffic use，第二个 SSID 是你们所有的 hidden SSID，就是给你做bridge。就是说，所以就是说，我们需要说每一台 AP 都会设定2个 SSID，一个就是所谓的 bridging 用的 SSID，就是同样的 SSID。所以当我移动了那些wireless 的 AP 有移动的时候，他们还是能连接的。
就是这个也是可以的，因为我们是可以因为你所有的就相当于是 root IP 都是同一个 SSID 嘛，但是我们可以在这个 client 上去指定会 bridge 到哪个 AP 嘛。但是如果你是那样的话，就相当于是 mesh 嘛。但是我们现在是做不到那种 mesh 的 ，mesh 现在是做不到
，mesh 是做不到
，mesh 做不到，只能做一个 root 下面多个 client， 但是前面multiple root 是做不到的。
对。
Also for the client AP, we can set this as a gateway mode, so we can set VLANs on the remote side and just be, because in the remote side maybe there is just one AP for coverage and also for bridge, so we can use that for DHCP server. So this is a point-to-point bridge. And for this controller, after installation, we just power on this virtual controller. And after, by default, there is even we say we have 2 free AP licenses, but we have to apply from Sudnray to import the license. I just make this. So we can type interface here to see that the interface of the interface by default. Okay, this is the management interface, and we just bridge we can set the network card as a bridge or host only for only management, but also we can set NAT for so for NAT we have to do the port mapping for the controllers, so we just need to set bridge. And for bridge I set it the bridge to the, you can set the bridge to wireless card, network card, or the Let me check this bridge to. So we set host only first, and so the network card is bridge is connected to the VMnet 1. Okay, this. So we set this network card the same subnet as the controller's management interface. Okay, so this is login interface about of the virtual controller. You can see here version is 3.3. I just changed to English. So you can see that by default there is no access point management license. So even you connect AP to you bridge the network card, you cannot discover any access point. So we need the license for the controllers. And so you just apply for any of the license, you just need to give me the gateway ID of the controllers, because the gateway ID is pointed to the controllers. So for the virtual controller, we will, if the customer buy the virtual controller, we'll give you a packet. It's like in the past we give you a CD about the OBA file, and later maybe we will try to think about to give you a net disk. So we should just share with the link. But the OBA file was already authorized to the customer. This OBA file can only be installed on one PC. So next time you install to the other PC, this gateway ID will change. So the license cannot be used to the other to another virtual controllers. So one license for one PC, one virtual controllers. So this is a restriction.
So the VN breakdown to change again, you really get a license again.
Yes, we need the application from the customer side. The customer send us email to say that our virtual controller PC is down, so we need to change to other PC. So we will renew the license for the new controllers. And you can see even we support here we have iAbility, but we cannot set that because there is no other business interface. So this is will not work. So for virtual controllers, suggested is for coverage and marketing. So next we go to So next we go to the authentication. Sudnray supported. So for authentication, it's just we set for the users and the guests. So for guests, we set we normally will use the portal for authentication, for guest authentication, like WeChat and Facebook, or a guest account, or just open with one click. So for users, normally if the customer do not have AD or radio servers, we just use the building local database for .1x authentication, or we just use PSK for authentication. But if the customer have very high requirement for the encryption, we'll use the digital certificate. So Sudnray will use our building CA for the digital certificate authentication. So this page have been introduced. The Sudnray, the authentication method we supported. And this is the portal page, and we can customize this page and select which method we support. We will set for the customers. And for the portal authentication, we, as I said yesterday, that we have to set the pre-authentication rule for the clients that only allow DNS. But for WeChat and Facebook, we have to check the allow WeChat or Facebook data flow. And the pre-authentication rule is used for redirect to the portal page. And if by the way, if the portal page, sometimes we cannot, the portal page cannot pop up. So first we have to make sure the client, the controller have internet access, or the IP in bridge mode, the controllers, the client's IP have internet access. So only we can get the DNS set flow, so we can do the redirect to the portal page. Or second, we can manually go to the portal page URL. It's, we can type 2.2.2.1. So this is the IP we can go to the portal page. So we can test if this works well. If even we cannot, we type this IP, we cannot get the portal page. It means that there is maybe connection to the controller is not stable, or other problem happens. So this is possible reasons we may go to. And for local users that we have, we can import the local users by creating the Excel file. So batch input, it's like this. Sorry. So local database is great here, local users, and we can add 1, 2, 3, 4. This is adding users, and make it into one group here, and set the password. We can generate password, and set the user master chain password for the first login. But the generate certificate is for the certificate authentication. So we can forget about this one. Or we can set the validate period by setting the time here. Or we can import by here is in the template. So for the user, we have you can see we have this is adding a normal account, just the username and a password. And second is activated by SMS. So this is used for the college or enterprises. So we can input the mobile phone numbers into the, for example, so this is my mobile phone number. I just import to the controllers, and then let's see the portal page here. So we can see the active account here. So you input your mobile, because we already input the mobile phone number into the controllers. Only the inputted users can activate the account. So input your account. So we will get code and input the code and activate your account. So the username will be your phone number, and you set your own password. So this is self-activate the account. And second, here we have a user here is actually this is email bind user. So this email you input is used for if you forget your password. In the past, we will go to the administrator for reset the password, but now you can reset your password by here to just you bind your account with your email address. Then when you need to, I think here we have the page here, find change password. So you have to input your username. Maybe not this. We can try it later. So after you input your only the username in the local user can reset the password. So you just need to input your email your username. So it would automatically reset the password and send to your email address. So this is and the email server is set SMTP server here. So we can set here, but this SMTP server is only used for reset the password. So for now we cannot set like alarms through this email server. So only used for reset the password. For the system logs, we can use the as an SMP server. So this is only way we can export the logs to the external servers. Okay, so you have to distinguish the difference. So there is some mistake, some misunderstanding with the translation. So the first one is activate by SMS. It means that self-registration with your own phone numbers. We have to import the phone numbers into the controller first, and then the user will input when logging to the controllers will get this page and click activate the account. So input the phone number and get the code and set the password. So the username will be the phone number and password is what we set. So this is for SMS activated.
Self-registration.
Yeah, self-registration. And
the number of the guest was all the number inside the controller.
You mean the phone number?
Yeah.
The phone number we have to import in advance. So only this imported phone number user can self-registration. No, the others cannot. So this is suitable for the colleges or the enterprises. The new employees come, you just need to collect the phone numbers. And second, this one is different from the SMS. Even the translate, we will correct this translation. So this is user bind with email address. So this is you can see this. We can create a user, maybe create here and bind my email address here. So this is user bind with email address. It's different from the SMS host and registration. So this actually the difference for this one and create the normal user is we can bind the email address, and the general password just generate the random password.
For the user login,
user login have to change.
Can we manually key the password there?
Key what?
Can we manually key the password?
Yes, here we yes. You can key 1 2 3 4 1 2 3. But generate the password is for the first time created. You don't need to key in one by one. Just generate and click user must change password. So this is for easy configuration. So the difference for the user, for the add normal user and add this email binded user, the difference is we can input the email address for the user, and the email address is only used for reset the password. So this is a different. It's I think if you see this description, you will get confused. So this is you need to. And also the problem many last time faced is if we so we can import user by the template. For example, here we have this is the template, and the problem is that I think this, what is this version? Okay, maybe they have modified. Seems they have already changed the problem, solved the problem. So it's okay now. We don't need to. So we can import the user by this template and set the username and password, or you can set the display name and group. Set the group in just by this template, and description, expire time, and status, and must change initial password, original password. So then after you put, we can try to. Okay, I think the problem is still same. Still maybe they are trying to solve this, because in China, in Chinese, we set the date like this: 2016 11/29, like this. But it will automatically change to English by this date. It's the different format. But the controller, the R&D developed this only can recognize like Chinese format date. So we will solve this problem in the next firmware. So just do not worry about this one. So when we will try to input this, it will give us a error. Okay. Okay, we try to upload here. Import. it seems that 6 contains error, so you can see the details. Expired date is valid. So the problem is the date format. So if we change this to change that file. This one. Then we try to upload again here. Import. So it's okay now. So the problem is only the date format. So we will fix this at the next firmware.
But maybe don't put in the expiry date.
Sorry?
You don't put in the expiry date.
Do not key in the expiry date, right? We can leave it, so it will be never expire. So this is how we can import by the template to input batch input a lot of users. And also next, so adding the external ADO radio servers in for authentication, we just go to here in the external authentication server. We add the radios or add the ODAP servers. Also, we can add the third-party captive port servers, but this is only by default, and for the others, we can do the customization. Okay, I think this is, we already have go through this one. Okay, for the guest authentication, we have a separate, as I said, we have a separate guest account management interface. So it's guest account here. So the guest can also, we can assign a guest account for the guest. So we have a separate photo here for managing the guest account. And we can create an administrator account like Aaron. Okay, so we create a guest account here, and this is the management interface for only the guest account. So we log in with Okay, so this interface can only managing the guest account with like create add a new guest, or change the group, add a group, and set, for example, the user have been expired to extend the valid time period. So this is only for the receptionist to managing the guest account. And also for the guest authentication, when we create, for example, create the account here, we can print the QR code for the guest account. So this is the first way of QR code authentication. And also we can add some test to this welcome to blah 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 company or hotel. So we can add this test to here. So if the client do not have scanner on the smartphone, he can log in with username and password. So this is the QR code we can generate, and also we can print this one. QR code. Then okay, for the second way of QR code authentication is the receptionist to scan the QR code on the guest phone. We have to set the special rule for the receptionist, like here authentication. We set the open and port authentication and guest authentication. So you see this QR code based, the two QR code authentication is different. The first one we just need to, actually it's the same with the guest account authentication. So we just need to click this guest account authentication. And the second is different. It's a QR code for the receptionist to scan. So we have to set the special rule for like reception. So only the stuff with this rule can scan the QR code. So you can see the description here. Online clients designed with the following rules can scan the QR code and do the approval. So this is the rule we can set for the second type of QR code authentication. Okay, for the SMS authentication, we have to set the SMS service here in by SMS modem or the SMS gateway. So SMS modem we can use. We can only use the console port for connecting to the modem. The console port on the controllers. And the second, we can use SMS gateway. We can forget about the previous. We can just choose HTTP servers and just input the parameters offered by the providers. So this is SMS service. We have to set the SMS gateway. Okay. This is SMS. So we will continue in the afternoon about going through every method of authentication type. So we will set up an SSID into every authentication. So we will have lunch first.